for AP. Okay, there will be lots of communication between me and you in the next week because Friday the 15th is our test day. Okay, you need to make sure that you go through those emails I sent you about making sure you're registered and you got your ticket and everything ready to go. Right, Friday is the day. So, to make sure we are ready for our Friday, okay, I've got for you a couple of short, well, actually one's pretty long, reviews, right? I assigned one of them this past week, so you would have 2 weeks to do it. And looking on there, no one's completed it yet, but I understand that. It's just going to be more work for you to do this week. Second big thing, okay, is that we have another review on the AP Classroom. It is 3 DBQs. You only need to write one, right? And I want you to write that in 45 minutes, so set a timer. Only worry about 5 documents on that one, okay? That's how the AP test is going to be. 5 documents, 45 minutes. So try that on one of the 3. It's up to you to choose. The other 2, again, outline. Right? I think if you can outline an essay, you can write an essay for the most part. Okay? Use the documents and all sort of stuff. The most important thing when we talk about structuring your DBQ is writing a good thesis. Make your argument. Right? We talked about it. Make an argument. It doesn't matter which way. Right? The prompt is going to say something like evaluate, like the one we talked about last time we were on the board. Evaluate the rise of conservatism between 1960 and 1989. Why did it rise, or whatever, right? So you're going to say either it did or it didn't, or with the way they structured that one, you're going to say it rose because of this, or it rose because of that. It doesn't matter particularly what your argument is, as long as you can back it up using documents that are on there and outside information, which I'm trying to pump into your head using a lot of these book questions, right? The other thing that we need to make sure with our essays is that we contextualize. What they mean by contextualization is putting it in historical perspective. So what else was going on around that time? What was going on right before? What was going on right after? So, you know, if the question's about the rise of conservatism between 1960 and 1989, well, what was going on in that time period? Right? We had riots, a lot of race-based riots. We had the Civil Rights Movement. We had big assassinations involving that. We had the counterculture. We had the anti-Vietnam movement. We had the Vietnam War. We were in the middle of the Cold War period. We had economic issues. That's contextualization. Those are all the things that are going on in the country, right, that might play into the rise of conservatism, right? So if we're talking about, you know, the transportation revolution, we got to talk about expansions in the country, right? With the Louisiana Purchase would go into part of the contextualization for the transportation revolution, because it's, if we didn't have all that extra land, we might not have had to lay that much railroad, right? That sort of a thing. I have put more videos on there explaining how to do DBQs. I know maybe you're sick of videos, but they're from teachers who have taught AP a lot longer than me and know what they are doing. It's not that I don't, but there's no reason for me to redo a video of theirs that's really good, okay? Especially this Mr. Heimler guy that I just found. So I'm going to post some more of those. Really, 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 please watch them. Okay? Please watch them, internalize the information. He's going to repeat a lot of the stuff I said about your thesis, right? Another thing is make sure your thesis has those 3 points, because then it writes itself, right? It makes it a lot easier for you. So watch those. If you have questions, email me. I'll get back some revisions to you, but the big thing I've seen through most of your essays or outlines and stuff like that is thesis issues, right? If you can write a strong 3-point thesis, right? Conservatism rose because of A, B, and C. Then A is your first your first body paragraph, B is the second one, C is the third, and that writes your essay for you. Makes it real easy. So focus on being able to do that, right? Thesis, thesis, thesis. Then you'll get the documents in there, and you can add some of your own flair, your own personality and stuff like that into it. Personality, I said that weird. And you can contextualize in there, right? In those body paragraphs. In the conclusion, you sum everything up. I think you guys all have the potential to pass this, right? We just got to do the work. We just got to prepare, right? It's not going to be very easy to walk into an AP test if you haven't done the reviews. So go through, work on some reviews. Once we hit Friday, there's not going to be any new work assigned, obviously. From the 15th on until the 28th, okay, let me rephrase that. We got a senior or 2 in this class. So, senior or 2, all of your work is due by Friday, the 15th. Okay, you'll take your AP test, but we're the school district set a date. It's the 15th. We don't accept any late work from seniors after the 15th. Right? right? Graduation's the 18th, so we got to have everything in to make sure that you're set for graduation. Everybody else, the last day for makeup work is the 28th for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So, once the test is over, if there's something you got to make it up and get it to me. Remember, AP classes are weighted, so if you can get your work in, right, you retake some quizzes and all that sort of stuff, basically everything during this COVID time period has been quizzes, you make those up, your grade jumps, the AP weight will make your GPA better. So, don't waste this time, use it, right? Today's the 7th, we got 3 weeks from today until your work is all due, right? The only thing on there that I would not let you retake, obviously, is the AP test. I can't control that. That's on Friday the 15th, but everything else you can redo up until the 28th if you are not a senior. If you're a senior, it's the 15th. So that'll give you a chance to raise your grade, right? Don't wait until the weekend before and try to do it all. It's a lot of work, right? But all that stuff aside, get on, look at the videos I've posted, watch them, okay, think through them, right? He's teaching you just as well as I can teach you on how to write a thesis and how to use documents and how to contextualize. Then do those 3 DBQs, right? Write one in 45 minutes, then outline the other 2. If you want to write all 3, that's great practice, right? You don't have to, just one, right? And just for 45 minutes, that's your last bit of getting ready for the test, okay? You all have it in you to pass. I got a lot of faith in you, okay? But make sure you make everything, make all your arrangements right now, okay? Where am I going to take the test? If you have issues with the internet at home, you might need to go to a friend's house, right? Or another relative's house that has better internet. So get that figured out right now. Don't wait till Friday morning, okay? We paid good money for the test, right? Make sure we take it. So get that stuff done now. Go through the emails I sent you about registration. If you did not get an email, and you're watching this video and saying, what the hell, Mr. Chandler, you didn't send me an email, then email me and I'll send everything to you, right? So make sure we got that piece done, then practice, then crush the AP test, and then finish your late work if you have any, and if not, then you're just chilling, right? Summertime, at least for this class, okay? So, let me know if you have any questions. Shoot them over to me, and I'll respond to you right away. Good luck.